Hey guys, before we get into this video, there has been a breaking update, so I'm going to stick it on the beginning of the video here regarding Beau DeMayo. Apparently, he is looking at legal action against Disney, according to Deadline. This just happened like minutes ago. This is Brian Friedman, is his lawyer. He's handled some of Hollywood's biggest wrongful termination cases, and he has issued a blistering statement to Deadline after his client's claim on social media that he had lost his season 2 credit on X-Men 97 over sharing gay pride-themed fan art. And then Marvel said that they fired him because of egregious internal findings, which if you listen to this video, you will hear about that. This is what the lawyer said. He said, having much experience with Disney, the playbook is always the same. Family friendly on the outside, but secretly attempting to plant illegal, unconscionable items in contracts that silence the truth and stop the employee customer from asserting basic constitutional rights. The Gina Carano situation and the Disney Plus subscription terms of service that apparently is making the rounds now that you can't sue Disney for anything if you have Disney Plus. These are not going to help Disney, right? He said in the past few years, this lawyer has sued Disney on behalf of such clients as former ESPN broadcaster Sage Steele. As we will explain through detailed examples, which we will roll out in detail one by one, Disney's model is very clear and repetitive in a legal pattern. The lawyer said, once it gets challenged or exposed, the gaslighting and redirection of the blame toward anyone willing to tell the truth starts through an international, well-oiled publicity machine. See also Scarlett Johansson, right? For his client, Beau DeMayo wants nothing from Marvel Disney except the truth. He will bravely tell the truth, so will I stand by. So yeah, it sounds like there's going to be legal action. Again, we don't know the specifics. This just happened. So I felt like I had to affix it to the beginning of the episode. And now we're going to get into the regular episode where we talk about his side and their side, and we'll see where it goes. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. We're going to talk about the situation with X-Men 97, former X-Men 97 showrunner Beau DeMayo. And we've been wondering for the last couple months now why he got fired the way that he got fired. And now Disney is coming out and saying this is why he got fired. The problem with this is I think Disney has just opened themselves up to a potential lawsuit, because he seems to think that this is not why he got fired. And there are allegations, there are very serious allegations as to his dismissal. We're going to talk about them, both from the Hollywood Reporter, and it's also on the Insider, the Inside Hollywood guy who said.
But again, we don't know.
We don't know. So
we're just telling you what's out there saying, but we honestly don't know what happened.
So yes, this is Geeky's way of protecting our fannies. So we're reporting on what other people are saying. We're not actually saying these things ourselves. We do not know what happened.
I don't know what happened, but given how it went down and them not being allowed to be at the award ceremony and stuff.
Yeah, he was not allowed to go to the Emmys.
He thinks it was something pretty, not good.
Yeah, I would agree. It was probably not good. It was a very weird, a very weird dismissal. It was right before the show dropped, and nobody was really saying what happened. He's just like, yeah, we parted ways, and Disney wouldn't talk about it, but he's been talking about it, and I think he's been kind of pushing it on social media.
So Disney felt the need to make
So I think they felt like they had to respond to it, and I don't know how this is going to go. I personally, my gut feeling on this is going to end with some kind of court action or legal action, either against DeMayo or DeMayo against Disney, for wrongful dismissal. But that's just speculation on my part. But he has not stopped talking about it really since he got gone. And I would be pissed. I'm going to be honest. I'd be pissed too. But if he did what people were saying he did, then,
I'm sorry. I just think it's funny that he does this picture of himself.
Yeah,
he's really in love with himself. But like a Cyclops version, so it was one-eyed monster.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Little Scott. Let's, or Big Scott. I don't know. I don't want to know. Let's talk about this. Before we get to any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woo if you do.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so here's what's weird about this whole situation. One, Beau DeMayo, I'm going to say it, he knows the X-Men better than anybody currently working at Marvel Comics. I was blown away by how good X-Men 97 was. I know people who follow us are going to be like, oh, no, it was woke, whatever.
I didn't watch it, so...
As someone who's been reading X-Men since the 80s, now he totally understands these characters, right? He did right by them. I don't have a lot of hope for seasons after this, especially since the guy that's replacing him is known to not be that good of a writer, right? He did What If or whatever. So that being said, I've been following him for a while, ever since the Witcher debacle, because he actually stood up for Henry Cavill. But his timeline is full of stuff like this, right? It's like, I was following him because I wanted news on X-Men 97 and news on The Witcher. And he said that he got kind of dismissed from The Witcher because he was sticking up for Cavill, who didn't like the changes, from the books. But his timeline's like 30% projects he's working on and like 70% pictures of himself greased up. So I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. And look, he's a grown-ass adult. He could do whatever, say whatever he wants to do. But when you're working on a Disney show, they might be like, hey, could you not, flex your pecs today on social media? Anyway, let's go out to the Hollywood Reporter. It said Marvel fires back over X-Men 97 creators claim he was stripped of season 2 credit, cites egregious investigation findings, exclusive. They actually said that they reworked season 2, which is why I'm very worried about, because season 1 worked. I think he did very, very good. And this, I hate that. It's like, damn it. This is where you have to kind of like separate the artist from the art, because sometimes there are people who do really good work who do really shitty things, And I'm like, damn it, Beau. You fixed the X-Men, and then this shit had to happen. 5 months after Marvel Studios fired X-Men 97 creator Beau DeMayo for mysterious reasons, the writer claimed Thursday that he is no longer going to even get credit on the second season of the show, which he completed work on before his exit. So they're stripping him of his credit.
Wow. See, so do go that far though? That
well, we're going to get to.
They didn't. No.
So for all the talk of John Lasseter harassing people and whatever, John Lasseter was allowed to ride out his contract. They basically just kind of stuck him in a corner office and said, just do some busy work. And they didn't like push him out the damn door. They pushed Beau DeMayo out the damn door. And then they took his name off of season 2 and they had somebody else completely rework it. DeMayo made the claim on social media saying it was part of a troubling pattern he endured while working for Marvel. Marvel shot back in a statement to the Hollywood Reporter, gave insight into his firing, saying it occurred after an internal investigation revealed egregious findings.
But they wouldn't say what.
No. So this is, he said, above his X-Men fan art I posted on Instagram for Gay Pride in June. Is that what this is?
Apparently.
His Gay Pride Cyclops one-eyed monster. He said that on June 13th, Marvel... So they fired him. They fired the gay black man during Pride Month.
Yes.
At Disney. Isn't that weird? That's weird. Marvel
Not a white guy, too.
Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they stripped my season 2 credits due to the post. DeMayo. Now, he's saying it's because of the fan art. Marvel's saying, no, it's worse than that. Because I can't imagine in this climate at Disney, of all places, that if you are openly gay and proud about it during Pride Month, that they're going to penalize you. I'm just saying. He said it was an illustration of a shirtless version of himself as Cyclops. Who does that? I wouldn't do that, but you do you, boo. DeMayo, who spent several years at Marvel working on a draft of the Blade movie, as well as Moon Knight, said this is the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through while working on X-Men 97 and Blade. Marvel responded by saying his behavior was the cause of his firing. Mr. DeMayo was terminated March 2024 following an internal investigation.
Okay, so he was fired in March, but they told him they were going to take his credits off of stuff in June.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he was fired before this. He said, given the egregious nature of the findings, we severed ties with him immediately. So again, this wasn't John Lasseter, too many complaints. They kind of just let him, sunsetted John Lasseter And then he went elsewhere. This is like, no, we pushed him out the damn door, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel. Sources say that following his exit, an agreement was reached between the two parties over the issue of tweeting about the show, something that DeMayo had continued to occasionally do. In light of the breaches, his credit for season 2 was removed. So they told him probably, like, we will not publicly say why we fired you. Just keep your damn mouth shut so it doesn't sully the good name of the X-Men.
Yeah, let's use the word sully. Yeah.
Spent the last 15 years destroying. So they said there were no details or whatever.
But did you read the rest? They said an internal reviews had surfaced. Sources say it involved sexual misconduct.
Okay, yeah. And he didn't return a request for comment. So going to this. This is the Insider. This is Jeff Snyder, who's a Hollywood motor mouth, I guess. He has his blood, but he's usually right. The guy's usually right. He said, no, it was bad. He said the cat's out of the bag, and some other accounts on Twitter are posting that, he allegedly, this is what Snyder's saying, he allegedly sent nude photos of himself in sexually suggestive hero poses to several young male staffers working on X-Men 97, saying they could be used as inspiration.
I hope not.
He also allegedly groped an assistant multiple times and emotionally, physically abused other staffers. Allegedly, maybe, possibly, maybe. Now, I hate to think that is the case, but the fact that everybody was really quiet about why he got gone.
The fact he got gone so quickly.
Yeah.
We've been kind of wondering.
People, like, I know when we first started covering this, we talked about the OnlyFans, that he said that they apparently knew about his OnlyFans and it wasn't X-rated, no pun intended, but Disney knew about it and they were cool with it because it was separate from the X-Men stuff. But if he was actually harassing or sending dick pics or whatever to staffers, then you get rid of them, and that fucking sucks for them, obviously, but also because he was good at what he did.
Right.
It was like, damn it, dude, like, this guy actually understands the X-Men, and you went and fucked it up. I hope to God that's not what happened, but I'm thinking, again, Disney current year fired a black man, kept it on the down low. Yeah, I'm inclined to think that there's something like this going on. This is why people should have waited before defending him after he was fired, said Joe. This pose could have been inspired by one of his pics. Just take the pants off of it. Why is it so hard for people to be normal? That's what I would like to know. It's never like, why is it so hard for people to be normal? But then the same, like with Gina Carano, she's tweeting stuff she's tweeting, and then they're out there, Lucasfilm is out there saying she's abhorrent.
I know, and then she got kind of treated the same, where she just got like fired without being told and everything else. And they're treating her the same way that they treated Beau DeMayo, and they're not. It sounds, if this is true, like they're completely different situations, and she didn't deserve.
Right, one is significantly more serious than the other, and that's the thing that might actually come up. This might actually wind up being ammo for Gina Carano's case, because they'll be like, unprovoked, Disney, Lucasfilm decided to put her on blast over tweets. Beau DeMayo allegedly, possibly, maybe, was sending dick pics and groping people, and you were going to keep it quiet until Beau DeMayo just kept tweeting about stuff. You're going to cover that up.
But not calling him a whore. Probably because they're afraid of a lawsuit. They said he's abhorrent, we're firing him.
Right, because if it were somebody that were conservative and just tweet, like, there's a big difference between tweeting shit that you don't like and groping people. But they were going to keep this quiet. And it looks like he had a deal. This person here, our movie guide, says all of this could have been kept under wraps if DeMayo had just not posted about it and kept his mouth shut. Mm-hmm. But he kept pushing it, and he was upset because they did not invite him to the Emmys. He wanted to get a seat at the Emmys because he was nominated. They actually nominated him at the Emmys for, I'm going to stand by, I think X-Men 97 is pretty damn good. This fucking sucks on so many levels, right? This person says, if it's true, then I have to say thank you for 2 good seasons of X-Men 97, but you deserve to be fired. And I hope the victims are doing okay. This person says that's the end for his career. So the other person says lock him up for life. So they're all turning on him now.
I was just like, this is what happens to women all the time. I've gotten many unsolicited pictures.
How many are we talking about?
Well,
I know
lately.
you've gotten some.
I've gotten them.
I actually
was like, mm-mm.
Yeah, I actually turn off my. I think I'm Twitter to DM me. I have to follow you first because we just get all kinds of weird shit. I never got anything involving nudity, but I would get like people like, "Go kill yourself. I hope you die."
Oh no, most of mine were before we started doing this, but I've gotten unsolicited pics. I was like, "What the heck? Like, I don't want to see that. Thank you. No."
Yeah, I don't want her seeing that either.
I mean, you know, I could use a good laugh sometimes, but come on.
Tiny Tim, little Scott. Yeah, he did Scott's landing pose with his junk out. Yeah, probably. Can people not be normal? Yeah, why are people so weird? Told you it wasn't just because of an OnlyFans. Disgusting DeMayo, not a good look. Glad Disney and Marvel aren't taking these matters lightly. But yeah, again, it shows the difference in how they treated him versus Corona. Now we're also talking, you know, Marvel versus Lucasfilm, and as we've said before, Disney is very compartmentalized. So they might have, you know, but if he had just taken his plea deal basically and just kept his mouth shut, he would have gotten away with it too. But he couldn't. It
wasn't for you pesky kids.
It wasn't for you pesky kids, and you know, like you made me send you dick pics.
Allegedly.
You allegedly made me send you dick pics.
Are we gonna wrap this up?
We're gonna wrap it up, and he's saying he's basically gonna take a hiatus from Twitter for a while after this.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. Yep. I have more to say, but I have to take a step back from social media to find a safer space for me to be out, proud, nerdy. Stay tuned, and I hope to God this is not true, but I'm thinking
given the weirdness around it,
there's a lot of weirdness around it.
It seems likely, plausible. It seems plausible. Highly plausible.
And if not, then it seems plausible that he could sue Disney for defamation. Mm-hmm. But I think given what's going on again with situations like Gina Carano, I don't know if they'd want to go there unless they thought they had the evidence to back it up, you know. So anyway, there we go. Season 2 is going to suck either way. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.